I made a hot sauce with some Carolina Reapers I grew.
I was gonna make some hot sauce with like some like basic store-bought dried chilies and all that I was gonna bring with it, but I'd love to try some of your Reaper.
I still have some left. It's good.
Cool.
It's not overly spicy.
Is that the one that you served to me on a chip and said just eat it? So I just ate it, and then Eric was looking at me like,
Oh, that might have been.
it was because that was pretty good.
That might have been it. Never mind.
Okay.
So, do you want to do it?
Sure.
All right.
Hello, we are some fake philosophers. You've caught us in one of those rare moments where we just don't really have a good idea for a topic, so we're just going to go with a topical topic. Thanksgiving. It's coming up. It's all the rage. Everyone's talking about it.
I feel like it's been bandwagon.
Actually, you know what? It's not been talked about. I take that back. Some people are already talking Christmas.
Are we going to talk about that now? Yeah. I actually saw an argument for the Christmas jumping the gun. Mm-hmm. That the reason why Americans get irritated by it, well, some Americans get irritated by it, is that everywhere else in the world, it is the next holiday.
Yeah.
So that everyone else is like, fucking Christmas.
Yeah.
And some Americans are like, yeah, and the other ones are like, no.
I went to England a couple months back.
Did you go to England?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was one of the things I regret is not asking them, so what's the deal end of November? Do you guys do something or what? Like, because they have something like that, but yeah. I'm curious. Do Canadians do so? Canadians do something.
I feel like Canadians probably do.
Yeah. No, I think they actually do, like a thankful something, whatever.
That's
Their continent too. Fuck.
Every day in Canada. Thank you. Sorry.
If you know what I'm talking about, go ahead and leave a comment about what holiday the Canadians celebrate. Mm-hmm. Being thankful. Do they have a thankful day? Theirs is just Canada Day.
That might be it.
Canada Day.
We don't have America Day, so.
Yeah, we do. 4th of July, Veterans Day, Memorial Day.
But that's not America Day. So Canada Day is probably their Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe.
So.
Thanksgiving.
Right off the bat.
Yeah.
For or against cranberry sauce?
Oh, cranberry. Canned cranberry sauce, yes.
I never liked it.
I mean, I get how some people don't like it, and I like it in very small amounts, but I'm not the biggest, woohoo, but if I have it, from the can, yeah.
Yeah. I've been historically, in my youth and even getting older, they call it the beige plate.
Okay.
Like potatoes, stuffing, turkey.
Is that a thing? I don't know. That's just what I get.
Someone said that to me once, like, "Oh, you like the beige plate, huh?"
Really?
Like, now getting older, of course, I'll have like some veggies or something.
Sure,
but
yeah.
like for a long time, just mashed is fine.
The good stuff.
Yeah, mashed potatoes, stuffing, turkey, and I was fine.
Yeah.
Gravy.
Of course, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, cranberry. Like I only got into a couple years ago, maybe, and I'll like have a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan of mixing. Bless you.
Swallowed. Go on.
With that reaction, it's like I said something horrible.
You said something just disgusting.
Yeah.
How dare you?
We need cough buttons.
Mixing.
It's okay. I am so against mixing. I like anything.
Leave. Go on.
Food and what else?
Sorry.
No, we're not going there.
I'm no longer dying.
Mixing foods. Chocolate covered strawberries. Never liked them.
Okay.
Love chocolate, love strawberries. Them together, not the biggest fan. But cranberry, that like sweetness with the turkey kind of thing, I can see how people would like it. I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been. I'm not gonna say I don't have a sweet tooth because there are certain sweets that I do enjoy. So I feel like Thanksgiving, at least that course is a savory bomb.
Yeah.
And then you have your pie and everything after.
And then you have like 7 pies, some whipped cream.
So with the cranberries, the cranberry sauce in there, to me, I'm just kind of like, that should wait. That should have been decades ago, generations ago, been pushed with the pumpkin pie.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you this, Mike. You've recently bought a home.
Yes.
But hosting Thanksgiving is not new to you. You've hosted before,
Yes,
whether it be Friendsgiving.
We've done Friendsgivings.
Yeah, and you've become quite the turkey maestro, I gotta say.
I will say I think my turkey's pretty strong.
They're getting
It's pretty solid.
And for your age, no offense, but that's saying a lot.
Well, you get thrown into forced to smoke my first turkey at 25.
My dad never was around, so someone had to make the turkeys. Okay. But you do some cool stuff that I haven't seen. First of all, you smoke it. You're a smoker.
I do smoke it. I think everyone's all about the deep frying.
No.
Which I think deep frying is good.
Never had it.
You've never had a deep fried turkey?
No.
It's good.
Okay.
But yeah, and I brine it and all sorts of stuff. This year, I'd put hard cider, IPA, and red wine
Oh shit! In the brine?
in the brine. And then a bunch of... So I haven't done this before. I could put like a bunch of garlic, onion, and jalapenos in it.
Yeah.
And just random spices and stuff.
Now I'm about 90% sure you told me about the brine and the process, all that last year.
Probably.
But I was wasted, and
Yeah.
I browned out that night. So
That happens.
Yeah.
Well, no, so this year, though, a lot of times I'll just put all that shit in and let it sit. This year I was at the store like looking up like what else can I get, and they said it's good to boil it so that all the peppers and shit that you put in there, the flavor kind of comes out. And so I boiled it first, cooled it down, then put the turkey in.
How long do you let it sit for?
So I know for brining, from what I read, you should only do it for like a day or two. But I usually put my turkey frozen into it.
Oh.
So I put it, I think, I usually do like a week before.
So it's in there right now.
It's in there right now. Upon filming this, it is in there right now.
Okay. So I've only learned about what brining is about a year or two ago.
Okay.
So for our listeners who don't know.
So I'm a pseudo expert, a fake expert.
Hey, that's okay.
From what I've been told, and this might be utter nonsense, because I've actually read people are like brining doesn't matter, so this might not actually be true. My understanding is, especially you have to like have the salt content in there too, is that it kind of the flavors that you have in the brine will over the time kind of seep into the turkey, and they'll be subtle. I don't think they're gonna like pop out. Like I put jalapenos in there, you're not gonna bite into the turkey and be like, oh, it's hot. But they kind of seep in, and then two, it puts all that moisture, especially with like the salt content, into the turkey, so that like if you're deep frying it, doesn't really matter. But if like you are smoking or baking it, it doesn't dry it out as fast.
Right.
That's what I've been told. The drying out, and then that adds a little bit of flavor as well.
For off topic, but for a couple of years was trying to master the art of slow roasted pork or carnitas.
Sure.
And those same kind of problem with slow roasted is it drying out. But until I finally stumbled upon the brine method, and it was like water, like 3 cups of salt, 17 cups of sugar.
I think that's the basic one is like water, salt, sugar.
This one had some, I think, cayenne pepper and
I think
rosemary and
that kind of stuff you can just kind of do. But I think the
Yeah.
basic thing is, because I think for a while when I would brine it, like, I wouldn't even put salt in it.
Okay.
But I didn't realize that was a big thing.
It's apparently a chemical process too. It
Yeah.
softens the meat up, and I mean, I have no idea. I just read. I
From what
skimmed
we've-
an article.
yeah.
I looked up brine. Should try it with a brine. So I found a recipe about brine, and I skipped through that 3 pages of.
When I was 3 years old,
yeah,
my
yeah.
grandpa used to brine his turkey, and
Unfortunately, the dude that wrote it was actually like going into like what happens in a brine, and I had to go back and look.
so it was actually useful. It wasn't his fucking history. Yeah.
But yeah, so you smoke it, and I'll be honest, I've had your turkey. I've had smoked turkeys 2 times before I've had yours, and I was not a fan because it was dried out and way too smoked flavor.
Yeah.
But yours they come out pretty
I don't
moist.
moist. I don't know what I do different.
Magic touch.
A lot of things I do in the kitchen that when they impress people, they're like, "Wow, this is really good." I'm just like, "Yeah."
You're fucking welcome.
And then I look at the dice that I rolled the day before, and I was like, "Okay, that was good."
So you're smoking a turkey for
We're smoking a turkey for
this year.
Friendsgiving.
Cool. Are you doing anything like on Frank? So sorry, we're doing a Friendsgiving the week before Thanksgiving, but then are you doing anything on Thanksgiving?
So I am flying up on Tuesday, me and the lady, to her folks' place, and then I think with her folks on Thanksgiving is just gonna be like us and them, and then that weekend we have another Thanksgiving with their family, but like with a lot of people.
Okay.
That's what we typically do.
Yeah. My sister just had her second kid up in Washington,
Mm-hmm.
so the parents are going to be up there for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
We didn't get invited. Me and my brother. And, well, my sister's already there, I guess. But no, we're so my wife and I are going to be down first Thanksgiving. No plans, so we're going to have like her aunt come over and have like just whatever.
Gonna do a turkey?
I am going to roast some chicken. I'm not going to. I
Okay.
have not taken on the turkey just yet.
All right. Dude, and you know what though? I think part of it, like the brining and all this shit aside, unless you're deep frying it, and I really don't know the process of the deep frying, like as far as temperature. Like this one, I was actually talking to somebody, was it today or yesterday at the bar? And I said something about smoking, and they kind of were like, oh yeah, like smoking, like oh, I'm intimidated by it. And I was like, I literally just put a thermometer in it. So as soon as I think was it 165?
Yeah, for poultry.
Yeah, and so I literally just as soon as it gets to like 163, I pull it out.
Done. Yeah.
There's no trick. But some people, I get it. Some people are
there's some tricks where like if the dark meat starts to cook faster, you cover it or something like partial cover with aluminum and all that. I've heard of that. I've never tried.
There's one thing, and it's just me almost not OCD, but kind of OCD. Like there's one thing I heard that like if you put because the dark meat's on the bottom, so you flip it upside down because then the dark meat, all that extra flavor and fat drips down.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't sit even. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like it.
So with smoking, you don't really baste it though, do you?
A little bit.
Oh, you do? Okay.
You can. I mean, so and maybe this is where it's a little different. Some years back, a guy, it was at the bar. This was the first turkey I smoked. He said, and he's like, if you're having a ham, put the ham inside, above it on a different rack so it drips down.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a big enough smoker for that, so I'll put the bacon.
You put bacon
on a different rack.
Yeah.
I remember my dad, he heard me doing that, and so he just put bacon right on the turkey.
Oh yeah.
But I just put it in a different rack.
Yeah.
About maybe 6 inches above the turkey so that the bacon grease drips on it. I don't know if that does something or not.
It absolutely does, dude.
Yeah,
That's
I don't.
really
So
good.
okay, I will say I don't go back and baste it every hour or so. I don't do that.
Okay.
There's one year that I had like a beer in a spray bottle, and I would want to spray beer on it.
Yeah.
But I generally don't
Okay.
do that. But I do if the bacon's getting cooked fast enough. I will pull the bacon out.
It's either last year or the year before, you carving the turkey and snacking on the very charred bacon bits.
Yes. that was last year. I fucked up. I left them in there. Because normally I would take them out every hour or so and put a new one in. I think that maybe it's just like the I don't know, the glare, but like, it didn't look like it was cooking, or it didn't look like it was like the bacon was done. So I just left it in there for the entire time. So by the time it was out, it was just a log of smoke, a log of char. I still liked it.
There was that one year you were upset with yourself. I'm trying to remember what. It like wasn't finishing.
I do remember that day.
That was the first time I think. Well, I've seen you upset, but upset at yourself is pretty rare.
Well, yeah, because then you have fucking
kudos
20 people, right? 20 people who are like, "Oh, we've been here for 3 hours and the fucking turkey," and I'm like, "I'm trying to."
Sorry.
Well, it's a bitch. So the first time I ever smoked a turkey, the first time we ever had Friendsgiving, this is when I still like would have it at my folks' place.
Yeah.
I don't think you were there the first year or two, but the first time we did it, because in my head. Granted, it's an electric smoker. I'm not a fucking purist who goes, oh, it's just the wood and nothing else. Like, no, electric smoker.
You can control electric.
Yeah. And so, but everyone's like 8 to 9 hours smoking.
Whoa.
That's just because but I was reading if it's like a true smoker.
Oh, okay.
So I set out to get it done 8 to 9 hours, and it was done like an hour and a half before anyone was even at the fucking house. So I was like, oh shit. And I had to like put foil around it, kind of put my oven on like warm.
Yeah.
Like I think it's like 100 degrees.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I hope this doesn't get ruined. And it was all right. But so then, since then, I get nervous. Like, okay, I don't want to start it too early.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I think it was like year 2 or 3. I started like, okay, like 3 or 4 hours. And for some reason that year, the smoker was like, nah, bro.
Fuck you.
So no, it's always like a battle of like what the timing's going to be.
The when you're cooking for people, that's that worst part is planning when the meal should be done, about the time you want to eat, and then you get into, okay, how do I preserve this essence just right? And because you're always, anytime I've like had people over that I'm cooking for, by the time they get there, I'm like finishing the meal, so I'm sweaty and shitty and tired and angry and like, and like I just want to fucking eat, and like, hi, welcome, sit down, it's fucking delicious, eat it. And like, well, this is really good. I'm like, I know, fucking eat it.
I know.
That's the rough part. You can't really.
Well, that's what even like I toyed with the idea. Granted, it wouldn't. I think everyone would be like, well, why? If I was like, what if I just like did like a beef roast? Because even if it's taking too long, if it's taking too long, it's still edible. It's still edible. You can take it out.
Oh rare. It's just rare. Yeah.
And then even if people don't like rare, you could make a sliver for them, throw it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and it's medium.
What are those things?
But you can't do that with turkey.
No, it's but that's a good segue into a non-traditional meals for Thanksgiving, or any holiday really. One thing I tried a few years ago was making tamales for Christmas.
That's a normal thing
for Christmas.
Yeah. Like Mexicans do that. That's not racist. Mexicans do that.
I don't know. No, but actually, our Mexican friends that's like big in their family is that they, have the whole big table set up for rolling tamales for Christmas and all that. And they have like 1,700 tamales.
Way too many tamales.
It's so good. It's so good. So I made it, and now it's kind of become a thing around the holidays. I'll whip out the old steamer pot and make a few tamales. But I'm going to bring some for Friendsgiving. We'll see how they turn out. And I'm like, now that you mention it, I'm hard pressed to remember if I've ever made it for Thanksgiving before.
Well, it's because Christmas I get.
Yeah.
Granted, my family's gringo as fuck, but my brother-in-law is Mexican. And so, like, I've had tamales for Christmas, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But when you said you're going to bring them for Thanksgiving, that's when I was kind of like, huh?
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, well, it might be start of something new.
Yeah, if they're small enough, they could be an app or like a side dish.
Yeah, but yeah, me and my wife are going to be roasting chickens for Thanksgiving this year.
Sure.
And, her aunt is, she keeps kosher. I don't know. She's not Jewish. She's what's the term? Anglican Christian.
Sure.
They keep to a lot of Orthodox methods, old school Bible kind of, and one of those is keeping kosher.
Sure.
So I'm talking to the wife. I'm like, I'm gonna bacon roast that chicken like I did. I'm gonna put a beer up its ass, put bacon over it. She's like, she can't do bacon.
Save the bacon grease.
And I was like, why? Like, oh shit, that's right. Okay, so we're just
something wrong with her?
No, but we're excited for that. That'll be fun.
No, that'll be fun. One cool thing for the Food Network watchers, I think it was the first season of like the next Food Network star.
Okay.
Have you heard of that show?
No.
It's like a competition, like multiple episodes, like a season show to like get your own show on Food Network.
I've probably seen it. I don't know.
Or the next Iron Chef. I think it was the next Iron Chef.
Okay.
So this one was to be an Iron Chef. And there wasn't a secret ingredient, but pretty much Alton Brown was like, Thanksgiving dinner, that's your goal.
Whoa.
For Iron Chef. And so this one guy, I don't know these people's fucking names, but one guy was like, all right, guys, we know all the standards, your mashed potatoes, your this, your that, your turkey. And the other guy, check it out, guys, turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, all that shit. They're like, yeah, he's like, we're not doing any of that. And he's like, we're going back to the original Thanksgiving and what they ate.
Whoa. And
so I guess it was like, corn. I forgot, like duck.
A lot of corn.
Yeah, but like it was, it was like, I think it was like duck or pheasant. It was some weird bird.
Yeah.
And like all these sides, like some sides we know, some sides we don't. I forgot all the sides, but I remember that. And he came out like with duck or some other thing. And so now he looks smart as hell.
Wow.
Instead of just dropping the regular stuff. And I remember after he won, because the judges were blown away. They were like, oh shit, like this, we never thought of it like this. The guy who lost was so pissed because he was like,
I nailed it, man.
I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, when people think of Thanksgiving, they don't think of this shit. Like,
well, yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, they think of turkey, they think of mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God, awesome. Yeah.
Food Network aside, what's another unconventional?
Well, you mentioned the beef serving up kind of thing. But for Thanksgiving, I don't know. I mean, I've seen it all, but turkey, yeah, hams sometimes, always mashed potatoes, always gravy. Are you a stuffing fan?
Yeah, I've never made it, but I enjoy good stuffing. The thing is, and it's just like that. I'm OCD about certain things, and then I don't give a shit about other things. Mm-hmm. I've always have been kind of bothered because I know originally the stuffing was literally stuffing.
Yeah, yeah.
So it does kind of
make sense.
But I'm just like, why are we still calling it stuffing? Like when 90% of the time, no one
it's not stuff. Yeah,
yeah. But it's good. I like it.
I've had the stovetop boxed stuffing. It's delicious. You like whip it up, super salty and bready, and it's delicious, and I love it.
Sure.
I've had like the actual stuffing, like people will serve it up like with the bread in it and all that, and it's like we actually stuffed the turkey with it, and so it's like tastes like turkey, and it's got turkey bits in it and all that, and I'm like, it's okay. I want the stovetop.
That's what I mean. It's not what it is anymore.
Yeah.
I think at a time, that was part of the cooking process.
Yeah. No, I just want that stuff that tastes like the breading on top of a green bean casserole. Just that stuff.
Yeah,
that stuff's good.
With soggy croutons.
Yeah. Yeah, and fuck vegetables. It's Thanksgiving. You're having dinner at 3 p.m.
What is actually in stuffing?
It's bread and herbs and a lot of salt.
Just for a moment, I was like, wait, what? What's in it?
What is in stuffing? Like, what do you feel?
All right.
Do you have a favorite pie?
Again, I'm not a sweet...
I don't fucking care. This is dumb. This is a dumb question. I don't care.
I'm not a sweets guy. I'm just not a sweets guy.
I try to have a piece of pumpkin pie every year. It's like the thing.
Right.
You got to have a pumpkin pie.
Well, the lady, she likes to make things. I think she's making a pumpkin pie or something. So.
Which lady?
My lady.
Your lady. Okay, yeah. Cool.
My number one lady. Not the two's not coming.
Oh, okay. Oh, well,
Side girl's not coming. As much as I know everyone likes her.
it's fun. It's fun. But yeah, any other Thanksgiving notes? I mean, it's followed by a great holiday, a great capitalist-made holiday, Black Friday. That
I think Black Friday is the dumbest thing.
yeah.
And it's not like, I know there's always the people who are like, yeah, fucking Black Friday. Then the hipsters and the counter hipsters are like, oh, yeah, fucking sheep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I've never, even as a kid, I never understood.
It's definitely lost its luster. I mean, it was a thing where you get these amazing deals. Now we have this thing called the internet where you can get these great deals all the time. So Black Friday kind of like lost. But I, grew up, we'd like stand in line to get like DVDs for $2 and stuff like that.
I just never got it.
Yeah.
I
get it, and I think it's great. And every retail worker, I want some story about working on Black Friday, and I don't care. I'm sorry. I want to care. I really do, but quit. I don't care.
Well, there's that. I just in my head, like, and I get a good deal.
Yeah,
it's a good deal, cool. But like, I mean, actually, no, I'm not going to say that because I was going to compare it to how movie releases now will release at or have their showings at like 10 p.m. and 9 p.m. But that actually has a reason behind it.
That's an East Coast earlier in the day, yeah.
But like for it's like the midnight. Even some stores actually open like on Thanksgiving now.
I was going to say,
and it's like, why? Like
more than because I brought up earlier how people are celebrating Christmas earlier and earlier, and most people get pissed off at that. It's like the Christmas lights are up and it's not even Thanksgiving yet.
Yeah,
I don't care about that. Get down. If you want to celebrate Christmas because it's a great holiday, like celebrate it.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I got it.
But I do have a problem with Black Friday deals on fucking Thursday because it's not Friday.
Yeah,
Black Friday. It's now become kind of. Doesn't really matter, but
I feel like people still do it. It's just I think people they're not like there's years there where like every year it's like how many people are going to die and
yeah, there was a few I remember
and I think now that whole aspect of it's just gotten tiresome to where no one cares anymore. They're just kind of like fine, people are going to die.
Yeah, and I always loved it. I kind of loved this Black Friday. This kind of. It was never written in the calendar. It was never decided by the church. It was just one day everyone figured out, what if we had crazy good deals to mark the beginning of Christmas shopping?
So I heard it on, to interrupt you. No, there was a reason for it. I heard it on the radio recently. Or I heard it on something. It might have actually been on.
It's the profit point.
Yeah, the profit point. Yeah. You're in the black, not the red.
Right. And it's never okay. The profit point it's the average profit point. It's like because every business is different and whatever. So there could be a set day for a business, but Black Friday for some reason was just decided the day. And for whatever reason, everyone went out and spent buku bucks, and the economy boomed right before Christmas when everyone was going to take off 3 weeks of work. Yeah. So we rode that economic boom for a bit, and then went into the new year strong. I love that shit. I just kind of I'm like that's so cool.
Well, this thing like. I am a capitalist, so I get it.
You literally are, yes.
Yeah, okay. But I get it. Like, no, I'm on board. I'm all about like, okay, what can I do to bring people in? What can I do to sell? But it's not even the stores doing it. It's more the people that, like, for instance, I won't go into detail how I know this particular family, but like it's like their tradition that every year they get packed up, they put on their heavy clothes. It might be cold, and they go stand in line and they like fucking they don't go fight people, but they go heavy. And in my head, I'm like, I know you're not poor.
That's why they're not poor.
But it's just the years of savings.
They get the deals, man.
No, but I'm just like, I know you're not like you could afford a TV at full price.
But it's fun. That's the thing, though.
Is it fun?
It is fun. It's pretty fun.
Is it
but
fun?
for some people, okay. If you can understand why girls don't like video games, generally, ladies, I'm sorry, but generally. More dudes like video games than girls do. More dudes play video games than girls. That's just I'm going to get into a whole thing. But some people just find appeal in some things that are just dumb. That doesn't make sense.
No, and I always get that. Like even when it comes to certain beers, I've said it before. I'll say it again. Like there's certain beers I don't like the style.
Yeah.
Like I don't like sours, but I can taste a sour and be like, okay, this isn't for me, but I can see why someone would like this. I can tell this is a good sour beer. I just don't like it.
So can you not see that for Black Friday?
No, like, I just don't. So like, this is the only way I can kind of relate to it, and I emphasize kinda, very heavily. It's italicized very hard. Like when I would go to a midnight showing of a movie, like a release of a movie.
Right.
You're in line. There's There's the excitement. There's there's like, oh, what's like anticipation.
Yeah.
And so then you go in and you sit down. But still, even then, like you don't go to a midnight movie to save money.
No.
That you actually might be paying more.
Yeah.
And so even that's not the same thing. So I get like to be in line, like, okay, what can we find? What kind of deals?
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like, why? If it was like,
for me, it was always that like, because I never waited in line, never did the doorbuster, whatever. I think my dad one year waited in line to try to get a super big TV, and he, this was 10, 15 years ago. So he wasn't super old. He was middle aged, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna try. Door busted down, and he like still just kind of strolled in, like, if I get it. And by the time he got there was like dudes sitting on TVs and like and fighting over him, and he's like, well, not this year, and he just sauntered off. Sure. And he's like, no regrets. It was still fun. It was kind of
so. I'll say this to meet a middle ground. I'll say this. So it's that kind of thing. Fine. Even people who are like, oh, it's Black Friday, and they just kind of show up Thursday night. But to the people, like, I think it was Best Buy one year. I just went in on like a Monday or Tuesday just to grab something.
Yeah.
And there was people in fucking full-on tents.
Oh, shit.
Like, down, knowing where the line would be. Like, had tents and, like, nice tents. So, again, you don't need to save money. Like, you could afford regular price. Because there was, like, nice tents. I remember some year, like, some guy had, like, a TV set up in his tent.
Dear Lord.
So they were chilling. And I was like,
wow.
You have a nice tent with a TV in it playing Xbox outside of Best Buy. Why do you need this?
At least, like, when you heard the stories of when the iPad first came out, there's people in line waiting for that. That makes sense.
I will wait. So, again, even midnight releases.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm kind of a nerd. I've waited in line for, like, video games.
Yeah.
Video game releases.
Yeah.
That's for, like, an hour or two. Tops.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting more than 3 or 4 hours.
But yeah, Black Friday, Thanksgiving, it's all good.
I will say of the winter holidays, Thanksgiving's probably my favorite. Over Halloween as well.
You do like Halloween?
I like Halloween. I like Thanksgiving more.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm Christmas all the way.
Then St. Patty's Day, which is garbage.
Oh, you know what? No, there's one thing. How are we doing on time? Because there's one more note.
We can still go a little longer.
35 minutes? Okay. One thing I did learn about last year or the year before, something new to me, is the fact that bars get super busy the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Day before Thanksgiving, yep.
I did not know. Is there a name for it? Or
day before Thanksgiving.
Okay. It's just
Thanksgiving Eve.
It's apparently a big bar day.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Like, huge bar day.
Wow. Crazy. Didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I'll contribute to that this year.
I won't be here, but...
That's right, you're flying out.
Yeah, but...
oh, well.
Not mad about it.
My wife will be working, so I'll be alone.
Let's go to the bar. Hey, everybody.
Babe, I'm home. Where are you? Okay, I need a ride, first of all.
Are you on your way home? Can you stop over here real quick?
Can you pick up some In-N-Out? Anyway, we should have more cooking episodes.
We should have food. Set up a camera in the kitchen.
I love cooking.
I do too. Sometimes it's therapeutic.
It is. Well, thank you, everyone. This is NPR signing off. It does sound like NPR. Fuck, shit, cock. Yeah, you won't hear that on NPR, bitches. Anyway, thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys next time. Happy Thanksgiving!